Today our discussion is for unit 16, 17 and 18. These three units are related with the reports, standard reports, report decisions and other consideration that we have to keep in view when we are going to finalize the audit report. So broadly, we'll start our discussion from unit 16, report, opinions and disclaimers. We'll start the discussion. We will discuss the generally accepted auditing standards, what are the reporting standard guidelines, auditor standard report, which has certain paragraphs like the scope, the introduction paragraph, and the decision paragraphs, addressing and dating the report like the fiscal year closing, then the finalization of report. And is there any subsequent event that we have to incorporate in our report? We will discuss. Qualified opinions, then we will discuss about the opinions. Opinion can be unqualified, it's a good decision, good opinion. Qualifying opinion, then we have adverse opinion in case of scope limitation and any other reason for that. And disclaimer of opinion when the auditor feels that he cannot express opinion on these financial statements. Either they are not according to the gaps, they are not rightly prepared and the management is not taking care of his role. So he can refuse not to express his opinion. Our discussion, we discussed in our first lecture the standard attestation standards and the gas, and we discussed the first field, second and third. So first standard of reporting is the auditor must state in the auditor report whether financial statements are in compliance with the US gaps. The report should identify the country of origin, which country you are following, like the US gaps, and US is the region for that one. And then you have to see the entity considers non-authoritative guidelines, for example, widely recognized prevalent practices, concept statement, IFRS, and pronouncement of the regulator. This you have to decide that which country you are being operating in, what is the source of information, how sophisticated they are in their accounting board and standards. Let's discuss the conduct rule 203, appropriate expression of an opinion that financial statements are in conformity with the US GAAP or GAPs if they contain a material departure from the principle issued by the body designated by ICPA Council to establish such principles. That is broadly FASP. And this rule prohibits to express an opinion when there are some material misstatements in the financials, because in that case it will be misleading and the user may effect from your information. The auditor must either express an opinion regarding the financial statements taken as a whole or state that an opinion cannot be expressed in the audit report. The objective of the fourth standard is to prevent misinterpretation of the degree of responsibility to the auditor is assuming when his or her name is associated with the financial statement. There could be possible reasons that the client is so big that you have to work with a co-auditor. This could be one situation. The other situation is you are the principal auditor and there are some other auditors as well. So you have to use your judgment, your skills, that are you going to rely on the work of the other auditors, and sometimes it's really impossible that you don't have choice to trust them, because the scope of the assignment let you trust on others. In that case, there are certain guidelines that as you trust on the other auditors, what would be the competency level, knowledge, reputation. This we discussed previously as well, that once we were going to rely on the work of the other auditors. So an accountant may be associated with financial statement of a public entity, an issuer as defined in federal security law, that he has not audited or reviewed. If the accountant is aware that his or her name is to be included in the client prepared written communication containing that has not been audited or reviewed, he should request that either his name should not be shown, or if his name is to be shown. His name not included in the communication, the final financial statement be marked as unaudited, and the statement in the introductory paragraph of the standard report about management responsibility should not be elaborated upon in the standard report or refer to the management reports. So once you are following the fourth standard of report, you can see that whether you are going to express your name in the financial statement or not, because this is, we know that if you are going to give your name, so might be the viewer take it as assurance, or this may be misleading in some cases. Then taken as a whole, as referred to in the fourth standard of reporting, applies equally to a complete set of the financial statement. One auditor is going to review, compile and finalize the full set of the financial statements. To an individual financial statement and to financial statement for different period presentedly comparatively. That we know that 2-year comparison is generally with the financial statements. Auditor report is customarily issued in connection with an entity basic financial statements. If the basic financial statement includes a separate statement of changes in equity, it should be identified in the introductory paragraph of the report. Now let's discuss the auditor's standard report. This report is very important. Although in CPA examination we are not required to draft some audit report, but in terms of questions, it is always recommended that you memorize the format, language, the word used in the standard report. So let me read it for you. This is an example standard audit report or independent auditor report to address to the board of director and the shareholder. And it's a general language that we have audited the companies this and this for the year 1 and 2. And we assume that income statement, return on mean cash flows are included in the financial statements. The preparation of the financial statement is the responsibility of the management, and auditor responsibility is to express an opinion on it. This is all written here. Then in the next paragraph, we can write that we conduct our audit in accordance with the auditing standards generally accepted in the USA. Then shortly, these standards require that we have to plan and perform the audit procedures to find the reasonable, sufficient evidence and give a reasonable assurance about the material misstatements. And audit includes examining or test basis, that is a sample, evidence putting that we do it from analytical procedures in the financial statement. And audit also includes assessing the accounting principle used, that we know is US GAAPs, that it is in accordance with that one. And we believe that our audit provides a reasonable basis for our opinion. So means their working file means the permanent portion and the current portion is comprehensively developed, and they, whatever opinion they are going to express, they have audit evidence sufficient to express their opinion on the financial statements. In our opinion, the financial statement referred to above is present fairly in all material aspects. The financial position of X is this, and the result of its operation and cash flow for the year ended in conformity with the accounting principle accepted in the USA. Now, whenever in the future we will discuss certain cases, like sometime we qualify, sometime unqualified report, sometime adverse opinion, sometime emphasis of matter paragraph, it will be given here. That in our opinion, it is fairly presented, except for this depreciation policy is not in accordance with US GAAP. This will be keep discussing one by one. Let's discuss the general format. This is what we know. First is the introductory paragraph. The important things are we have audited statement, responsibility and management. Our responsibility is to express opinion and management responsibility is to prepare the financial statements. So if you know the report itself, it's very easy for you to understand the components like the introductory paragraph, standard lines like the responsibility of the preparation of the financial statement is lies with the management. Scope, the scope paragraph describes the nature of the audit. It contains 5 sentences that is conducted with generally audited accepted standards. An auditor may also indicate that the audit was conducted in accordance with US GAAP and another set of auditing standards. Depending upon the country of origin, you are going to have an audit of. Standard words, we have done reasonable assurance, like we have audited sufficient and audit evidence to express, give the reasonable assurance. And we did it on the test basis, like the sampling, because 100% population testing is not possible. Then audit assigning principal and significant estimate by the management. We believe that for that we have sufficient reasonable audit evidences. So if you go in these languages, the important things are highlighted here: test cases. Opinion paragraph. Opinion paragraph is going to express here that in our opinion the financial statements are presented fairly. So the scope, the opinion paragraph presents the audited conclusion and it contains one sentence. In our opinion, the financial statement, this presented this way. An auditor also report on general purpose financial statements that they are in conformity with the IFRS issued by the ISAB, International Board, Standard Board.